Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Ask an Accountant, sponsored by Bondmas Consulting. My name is Rampedi Mafa, tax consultant here at Bondmas Consulting. Today we're going to be discussing tax on rental income. Now, what is rental income? If an individual rents out a property, generally residential accommodation, and receives a rental income for it, now that is rental income, and that is what is going to be discussed today. We're going to be looking at an amount that will be subject to tax from the total rental income that you generate. So residential accommodation can include the following: holiday homes, bed and breakfast accommodation or establishments, guest houses, renting of a section of your house or a garden flat, or generally known as a back room, and other dwelling houses. How is tax calculated on rental income? The rental income you receive should be added to any other income that you have, but will also be reduced by certain permissible expenses incurred during that month the money is to be received, or the period the money is to be received. If any other amounts are paid to you for the rental or residential accommodation in addition to the monthly rental, these amounts will also be subject to tax, to income tax. The additional amount can be included, for example, lease premiums, which are usually paid in the form of lump sum at the start of the lease, in which case the full amount is subject to tax in the year in which it is assessed. The receipt or accrual of the rental deposit by the leaser needs to be included in the leaser's gross income at the stage of the initial payment, or at the point which the payment initially it is made. There is an obligation by the leaser to refund the deposit at a later stage. It will generally only become gross income in the leaser's hands when the deposit is eventually applied by the leaser. Now you guys are probably thinking, can rental income be reduced? Well, yes, it can be reduced if you consider permissible expenses that incur during the period the property was rented out or let out. Only expenses incurred in the production of the rental income can be claimed. Any capital or private expenses won't be allowed or deducted. Now let's look at the expenses that are permissible. Number one is the rates and taxes, the bond interest, not the bond amount, but the interest, advertisements, agency fees or estate agents, insurance of homeowners insurance and not insurance for household contents or goods, for example furniture, gardening services, repairs in respect to the area let or the room let, security and properties levies. Now, which expenses are not allowed? Expenses that are capital in nature or that are not in the production of the rental income will not be allowed. These can include, for example, cost of improvements made to the property, because remember, improvements should not be confused with repairs and maintenance, which are allowed as deductions. Improvements usually increase the value of the asset, which cannot be allowed to be a deduction. Now, what if expenses exceed the rental income? Now, should the expenses exceed the rental income, the loss should be available for set off against other income earned by the individual, provided that the loss is not ring-fenced in terms of the prevailing anti-avoidance provision, which some people tend to use to avoid taxation. Now guys, thank you for watching this video, and another video by me, Rampedi, the tax consultant here at Bondmas Consulting, will be making. And if you have any other questions, or if you have any questions, you can comment or you can contact us at info@bondmasconsulting.co.za. Thank you guys.